What is up, guys? How is it going? Stage 1 Overwatch League is in the books, guys. And wow, what an absolutely amazing stage, guys. There were so many good matches. I think on one of the videos this week, I'm going to do a recap of the entire stage, talk about the best moments, my favorite matches, and just kind of go over all of it and what I think about it. So let me know if you guys are hyped for that. But specifically for today's video, we're going to talk about the London Spitfire. How did they do it? How were they able to defeat the Houston Outlaws after losing 0-4? How did they come back against New York Excelsior, where they lost to them earlier today, and then being down 0-2 in the set? How did this all happen? London Spitfire is absolutely insane of a team. So if you're looking forward to all that, guys, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel. It's Overwatch League content daily. You know what it is. Let's get into this video. Basically, where I left off in my last video was me predicting that the Houston Outlaws were going to topple the Korean teams in the Overwatch League Stage 1 playoffs. Now, yes, this was a very bold prediction. I just had this gut feeling that for some reason Houston Outlaws were going to be able to take them both out. They had that incredible 4-0 victory over London Spitfire this week. And after their match against Boston Uprising today, I just really had this feeling that they could go on and just defeat these Koreans off this high of confidence. Of course, though, that was not the case, because in their match against the London Spitfire, going up against the London Spitfire for them today was like going up against a brick wall. You just couldn't get past it. Starting off, though, I thought the Houston Outlaws were going to take it. That Dorado performance was absolutely insane. They had one hell of a hold, and it seemed like everything was just going their way. Jake's Junkrat looked incredible. Lone Spitfire looked like they were kind of out of it, didn't know what to do on the map. Pretty much hopeless like the first set they played. Then we went to Elios, and Houston Outlaws came out in that first team fight, stomped the London Spitfire. I was like, wow, okay, this is looking pretty bad now. London Spitfire, what are you guys going to do? My prediction seems to be right. And then they turned it up. They won that next team fight, coming back, capped a point. From there on out, it was all London Spitfire. Pure stompage. Of course, after they won Elios, though, I wasn't thinking that the London Spitfire were just going to pure stomp them for the rest of the game. I thought, okay, now we're going to Anubis. London Spitfire has really struggled on this map. I mean, very hard. They haven't won it in a while, and every time they're on it, they just can't put up an attack at all. But when we got onto it, their attack was pretty decent. For the first time in 3 matches of playing Anubis, they finally were able to get a tick on second point. And not only did they get a tick, they capped, even with some time left in the bank. So at this point of time, I was thinking, all right, actually might be over for the Houston Outlaws now, because London Spitfire's worst map by far is Temple of Anubis. So moving on to Eichenwald, I felt a little worried that London Spitfire were going to take this and my prediction was going to be wrong. And that feeling came true. I did think that the Houston Outlaws had a chance to win Eichenwald since Jake has been so good on it in the past. My personal opinion before this match was that Houston Outlaws were the best Eichenwald team in the league, hands down, but London Spitfire proved them wrong and they held them down. Giving them the 3-1 victory, they were able to move on to the finals, taking on the New York Excelsior. Much different result from the match they played earlier this week against Houston. I mean, they got 0-4. That was pretty bad. And something that they did say, though, was that they think they focused a little too hard on trying to go with their game plan that they had practiced, and they didn't adapt at all. They were just too focused on zoning in on Jake's Junkrat and shutting him down, that they weren't really aware of any other things going on in the game. And because of this, Jake just played even better. So going into this game, they really wanted to play a little more on the fly, worry about their own games rather than trying to counter the Houston Outlaws. And honestly, I think it worked perfectly for them. Profit played insane. Birdring was there. Pretty much great performances from everybody on the London Spitfire team. Of course, Profit, though, standout player as always. Definitely the MVP of this match in my mind. He just put so much work in on multiple heroes, and it's great to see. Profit, amazing player, man. I know I say it so much, but it's true. So because of this victory, the London Spitfire moved on to the grand final of Stage 1, facing off against the other Korean powerhouse, the New York Excelsior. Now, before we get into this one, I want to talk about their first match that they played yesterday again, since the stats came out, and it's very interesting to take a look at them and kind of analyze it. So going ahead and looking at the stats from the New York Excelsior London Spitfire game earlier, where the London Spitfire did lose 3-2, we can see here that Prophet actually played out of his mind. That's the first thing that you notice. Going 68 and 37, basically nobody matches that scoreline in the entire game, not even close. Something to note in this match is that he played Junkrat most of it, which is something we haven't seen out of Prophet. He's typically on that Genji and Tracer. Yeah, he does play a decent amount of Junkrat, but definitely not this much. I'd say he was on it about 75-80% of the time. And of course, nothing but spectacular play on that hero from him. As you can see, a very interesting stat is that he had 64 ultimates. The only person really close to him was Birdring with 52. You look at the other team, 31, he had double the ults that's SBB on the other team that won. That's crazy. I think that kind of shows how fast that Junkrat can build his ult, but still a very cool, interesting, and good stat coming out of Prophet right there. Now, the main thing I really wanted to highlight from this match was look at the kill and fight difference, guys. 228 kills for New York Excelsior and 225 from the London Spitfire in this match, as well as 45 fights going NYXL's way and 41 going London Spitfire's way. This is absurd. Honestly, this is flat out absurd how close this is. 3 kills, guys. Put that in perspective. 5 maps were played. About what, an hour and 20 minutes of straight gameplay? And these guys were only 3 kills off? I can't believe how close this match was. That's insane. Like, just watching the game, you know it's close, but that doesn't do this justice. Looking at these stats here really shows how crazy close of a game this was. 4 team fights, 3 kills. Wow. Insane. What a game to watch that was. Really awesome. I'm glad we took a look at the stats. Now let's go ahead and talk about that last gameplay today, the grand final. This was an insane match played between these two. I don't think it could have been any better. First we went into Junkertown, and it was a pretty close map. London was able to push it through, but New York was able to push through with more time than them, giving them a pretty good edge in overtime, and they did close out that map. Pine also dominated on Junkertown. I think he really helped get them the victory on this map. His Widowmaker was insane, completely next level stuff. It's always a treat watching Pine, especially since we don't get to watch him so much. It's awesome seeing him get put in. Going into Oasis, and this was just a stomp. I knew London wasn't going to have a good chance on this map, to be honest with you guys. Like I said in my video yesterday, they're just not very good at Koth. When they play this map, they just struggle. They lose to teams that aren't very good on this mode in the league. So going up against New York Excelsior, one of the best, put 2 and 2 together, they're not going to do well. So London Spitfire went down 0-2 in this set. And honestly, at this point, I was like, damn, dude. New York Excelsior looked good. I underestimated them. Like, I knew they'd be good, but I definitely thought they'd be the worst of the 3 Korean teams. That's for sure. Here they are instead of Seoul Dynasty, and they're up 2-0 against the London Spitfire. That's all she wrote, dude. These guys are insane. It's over. And of course, as soon as I jump ship, here come the London Spitfire, fighting back, crawling their way back into the series, slowly but surely, starting off on the Lunar Horizon Colony. Finally, not Anubis for London Spitfire, which, thank God, because if it would have been Anubis, potentially a 3-0 here for New York Excelsior. I know London did beat Houston on it, but still, historically, they have not been good at that map at all. I'm not going to say they got lucky against Houston on that map because they did win. You never know what would happen if it was Anubis, but I really would have given NYXL the victory if it would have been that map. Instead, it was Lunar Horizon Colony. Both teams ended up capping, but just like on Junkertown, one team capped with more time, and that was the London Spitfire. They took this map down, and that led to the next map, which is Numbani. And I was like, cool, Numbani, good map. Oh no, they put in Rascal. Oh no, why is Prophet not in? I started thinking, oh man, this is bad. London Spitfire started off an attack. It wasn't that good. They only got first, pushed a little bit on second, and I was like, damn, NYXL's going to take it. They're going to cap real quick. They're going to push it, and that's all she wrote. New York Excelsior, champions of stage 1. But no, there's this thing with New York Excelsior and these players. They were previously known as LW Blue, and they were always on the cusp of being really good, but they always lost in these really close, crucial maps to teams like Runaway, Kongdu Panthera, Lunatic High, just the teams in the scene that were very good. They were just always such a good team, and it seemed like they were going to be the best at one point multiple times, but they just weren't. They would always fail to reach that certain point in crucial, clutch situations, and when it came down to that, all they needed to do was cap a point, push a few meters, and boom, they're champions. They're the best. They couldn't do it. London Spitfire showed up in the clutch moments. They were there, and that would lead us to Game 5, where, surprise, surprise, it is title matches, not regular season. It is not going to be decided on Lijiang Tower. Oh my god. It's not Lijiang Tower. London Spitfire have insane hope now. If this would have been Lijiang Tower again, I would have given it to New York Excelsior. London Spitfire just sucks at Koth. They do. It's like straight up, they just suck at it. They lost on Lijiang Tower to Boston in their best of 5. They lost to New York Excelsior on it earlier that day in their best of 5. They just can't win that map. Like straight up, they can't win Koth. They can't win Lijiang. But hey, it was Dorado. So London Spitfire took it 2-1. They had a good defense and they pushed it further than New York Excelsior, and that was it. London Spitfire took it. So now we've kind of ran through the maps. Let's go ahead and look at the stat line again for this. And once again, what I noticed first here, which is a very, just mind-blowing stat. 249 kills to 254, guys. 6 kill difference. 40 to 42 team fights. 2 fights, guys. What the actual bleep, dude? Like, this is insane. How much closer can it get, guys? Like, seriously. Their first match, then this one, like, these guys just played a total of 10 maps today. So I decided to go ahead and add both of these games together and check out the full team fight, map swan, and total kills. And you guys won't believe this. It's absolutely ridiculous. So in maps, they went 5-5 today. On team fights, London Spitfire had 83 wins, and New York Excelsior had 85 wins. As for kills, London Spitfire had more kills with 479, and New York Excelsior had 477. They played a total of 10 maps. The kill differential was 2. The team fight differential was 2. A total of 168 team fights, guys. 954 kills total. This is just crazy, guys. These games were so close. Anybody could have taken it. Honestly, wow, what a reverse sweep by the London Spitfire. And again, real quick, I want to take a look at the stats by the individual players. Looking at Profit, now you think, oh wow, Birdring outperformed Profit at a match finally. Well, technically I wouldn't say he did, because Profit didn't play one of the maps. Profit had 5 less kills than Birdring, and he didn't play one of the maps. Insane, this guy's unreal. MVP of the entire set, MVP of stage 1. Guy is looking like the best player to ever play the game. I know you guys keep talking about how I love him. You know, he's my Monday crush man or whatever the hell. I love me some insane Overwatch players, and there's nobody more insane than your boy Profit from the London Spitfire. And that's just fact. Feel free to disagree with me. I'll argue with you in the comments. I really will. Profit's absurd. You look at all these stats. I didn't show his Houston Outlaws stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Plus 36, 55 and 19. Insane. The guy is just one hell of a player. And London Spitfire, one hell of a team. That's basically it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments, what did you expect today? Did you guys think this would happen? Was the stage 1 as amazing as you thought it would be? It sure was for me. It was even better than what I thought it would be. The viewers were amazing today. We had over 160K for the finals, and wow, Overwatch League's looking amazing. I can't wait for stage 2. If you guys are ready for stage 2, drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. You know what it is, Overwatch League content daily. You could also follow all my social medias, keep up with my real life and behind the scenes content on my Snapchat. And that's basically it for me, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Peace.